Hello, welcome back to the channel guys. In today's video I'm back exploring a castle, but this time it is Castle Coch, as last time was Caerphilly. So I'm at Caerphilly Mountain now, walking down towards Tonguelice. Caerphilly Mountain has got a lot of things which have featured on previous videos, such as the Spitfire Memorial, where the Spitfire crashed in World War II, and the ruins of the unfinished Morales Castle. Or Mulgrave Castle, sorry, Morales in Merthyr. But while I make my way down to Castle Coch, this is the history of the first incarnation of the castle in Tonguelice. When you think of Castle Coch, what comes to mind? Luxury? A fairy tale? This is what the third Marquess of Bute, John Crichton Stewart, wanted. Stewart was fascinated with medieval history, and with the wealth he'd acquired from the South Wales coalfields, Stewart gave architect William Burge the job to create Castle Coch. On the original site of the 13th century castle built by Gilbert de Clare, it was used as a lodge while he was hunting within Forest Fawr. As Caerphilly Castle is seen as the fortress of Lord de Clare's land, the original Castle Coch sat on the boundary between Cardiff and Caerphilly. So I'm most of the way there now, but I am now in Forest Fawr. As you remember from previous videos, Forest Fawr featured in my first hiking video, and is where the 3 bear caves are located, which was one of my first exploring videos. So let's have a look at some of the sculpture trail at least before we head down to Castle Coch. Here is the first sculpture you're greeted with. Is a head of a wizard, but the sort of things you see around here, I think it's one straight ahead, so let's just get. Here we go, we're approaching the next one, which is another wizard. Obviously playing on the fairy tale side. I got dogs around me of Castle Coch, so let's move on. And another one which is showing the animals that reside around here. So I think that's a deer personally, I'm not sure to be honest. It's broke, but we will have a look at a couple more. I think we are at the 3 bear caves anyway. So we'll have a look at that and then we'll head straight over to Castle. So welcome back to 3 bear caves. I did have a look at like what type of video it was. It was my 7th video I've done. I was doing the COVID lockdown, but this is one of the first places I explored outside of Caerphilly for a start. But this was also a film set for a TV show. It is from Sherlock. As you can see, it's from the Hounds of Baskerville episode, and that is the Devil's Cove, where the Hound resided. So let's see where to next, because I think we are heading now to Castle Coch. The next stop, like I said just then, is Castle Coch. So this little fairy tale castle that resided in the hills of Tonguelice was and is and always has been a summer house. So this was de Clare's summer house for his hunting while he resided in Caerphilly Castle when he was the Lord of Glamorgan, before he built another famous castle that I have visited, Morales Castle, which didn't really have any strategic advantage apart from pissing off Humphrey de Boer, but that is pretty much it. So his land territory was basically Caerphilly, because this area was Caerphilly, as you just learned earlier on, and this was the border between the Glamorgan side of Caerphilly and Cardiff. So his land pretty much stretched all the way from here up to Merthyr Tydfil, up past Pont Sarn, and it covered most of the Rhondda, and I think it had a part of Monmouth in it. So that was pretty much his area before it went into the land of Humphrey de Vaux. So it's always been a carnation of a castle by here, but this one, you will later on learn, was built by John Crichton Stewart, or commissioned by John Crichton Stewart, which you've learnt a lot from the Caerphilly video. The Singed mining disaster video, that man was a big deal around Wales, fair to say. A Marquess about. So I'll see you at Castle Coch. This is the worst part of going down to Castle Coch. The bloody steep incline down. So wish me luck, because I'm going to be holding on for dear life by it. Well, here I am. So what I'm going to do for this is basically I'm going to go in there and then we'll have a look. Just go around this little path and have a look at the outside. So while I get my ticket and go in there, this is basically the reconstruction and the building of Castle Coch. In the 1870s, Burgess began construction of the romantic Gothic style castle. His aim was to give it its original gatehouse and towers, but Burgess wanted to give it the grand interior with its lavish golden style. Burgess passed away in his home in London in 1881 before the castle was complete, but in 1891 it was completed. Following this, Crichton Stewart rarely used the castle and would pass away in 1900. The castle was left to his wife. She and her daughter, Lady Margaret Crichton Stewart, occupied the castle and made occasional visits there. Alright, so I'm in, let's go upstairs. They say easier to walk up than Caerphilly Castle, to say the least. Let's have a look at this courtyard. Here we are. We are in the first room, which is the banqueting hall. Look at this medieval style structure. Obviously, Crichton Stewart was into the medieval look. Some paintings of William Herbert, the Earl of Pembroke. Let's look at this artwork. So now I'm in the adjoining room, which has got a different colour theme altogether, which is more green, more floral. This is the parlour, or the drawing room, which is basically a place where you just come to chill out a little bit in front of the fire and the stained glass windows. But you can see where Crichton Stewart basically wanted to have fun in this place. It was a holiday home, which you'll find out he barely used. But let's just have a look at this like artwork. This would be nice to have a quick breakfast in, but we're gonna go out back through the parlour and back up where the courtyard steps are to go into the next room. So let's have a look. These people's feet were bigger then. What's in the next room? Let's have a look. This is the bed chamber for Lord Bute. This is John Crichton Stewart's bed chamber. Let's have a look at it again. It's got our medieval wolf pattern style. A grand fireplace. Only a single bed, which is a bit bizarre. Even the door shape is to the medieval style. And sink, and he used a bath in his bedchamber. So this is the room of John Crichton Stewart. And here we are, the reason why we're here, the bog. So let's head up more of these steps and see what else is up here. And now this looks like an absolute giant of a bed chamber. Look at that for a sink. The sink is a castle itself. Got a large bed, a double bed with 2 bedside chairs, a wardrobe, and then you have, looks like a widow's dress. That might be the dress that Lady Bute wore when her husband died. But look at that, look at the ceiling, look at the patterns on that. So let's have another proper look of the courtyard by here. It has got that really gothic medieval style to it, very Eastern European like you would see in the Czech Republic, especially this part of the tower by here, as you can see. Right, let's head to the next room. Yeah, but Welsh castles is a lot of steps, so if you are interested in visiting a Welsh castle, like a Cadw or Cardiff castle, which is potentially the next video, let's just go into the first exhibition and then going around one of the towers. Let's have a look in here. This is to show like what Castle Coch was originally designed for. It was a playhouse. And this is the fox hunting each side of the Pen Church, as you can see. Look how many people even came up with it. So this room has got the history of craftsmanship and how this place was built by William Burgess. It has his own vineyard as well, and his John Christian Stewart himself. I do feel as this is a fairy tale castle. This is like the least spectacular room in the entire castle. So it's more of a tower to go through, but we're going to have a walk around this bit first. Let's get back outside. Every castle has a tower walkway, but these ones have got the little traps in them and what looks like little arrow holes or holes, as you can see when you are shooting a bow and arrow. So that was obviously for show because they were using more guns at the time, which I don't think this would have been used as a fortress anyway. But this is a little walk around of this little narrow walkway. So you've got windows, you can look back into the room we just came from. But it's a nice little breezer going around the side of a tower. So these towers are enclosed. But let's go back upstairs and see what's there. I know this is not a medieval castle, but the steps are ridiculous. And welcome to the top of the tower. Let's have a look what's in here. And look at the wood craftsmanship, the stained glass art of St. Winfrid, St. Columba, and we'll have a look at all them now. The angel saints of Castle Coch. So we got St. Columba, the man himself. Thank you for Ninian Park Stadium, St. Ninian. What a stadium that was. Cardiff are playing tonight, by the way, as the time we're recording, against Middlesbrough. John the Baptist, this reminds me of Ramsay Nesbitt. And then you got St. Andrew, which is quite a famous patron saint. You have St. Paul, which is another one who's very famous, St. Paul's Cathedral in London. And the patron saint of Wales, St. David, Dewi Sant. We'll move over now to St. Debrewrice, if I pronounce that correctly. Another grand fireplace. And then we have the Archangels of Gabriel and Joseph. And Archangels Uriel, Michael and Gamul. Steep. Right, let's move down to the next part of the exhibition, which is that door in the distance. So let's head there now. Welcome to Castell kitchen. This is where the servants would have been. You can see servant uniforms for the male and the female, with some nice crockery. A large kitchen with a stove in the distance and the main tables with preparation will be done. We've got the coat hooks for the chef's jackets and clear storage. So you can see that's a very, very old style stove. Let's head up to the tower because we've got one more tower to look at. Right, let's go. Narrow steps number 3. This is quite interesting. We are in a bit which is incomplete. This was meant to be a chapel, but it has provided us with this view of one of the towers instead. It's quite incredible actually. While I head up to the next room in the tower, so let's have a look at the latter years and the modern era of Castell. The 5th Marquess of Bute, another John, succeeded in 1947, and in 1950 he placed the castle in the care of the Ministry of Works. The Marquess also disposed of Cardiff Castle, which he gave to the city, removing the family portraits from the castle before doing so. In turn, the paintings in Castell Coch were removed by the ministry and sent to Cardiff. Since 1984, the property has been re-administered by Cardiff, an agency of the Welsh Government, and is now open to the public. It is now a Grade 1 listed building, which means it is preserved and protected. There's a couple of things to show you down here. Is a nice model of the castle there. But you can see there's some old photos, as you've seen in my videos, of the castle before it, which was De Clare's castle, which was reconstructed into this, and then how it looked until after the reconstruction. Some machinery of the time showing this was the industrial age. And let's do our first descent downstairs for a change, and let's have a look how narrow this is. The ceiling's absolutely low. Oh great, here we go. Well, this looks like a dungeon. There's nothing written here, but it has got fake cobwebs on the wall, so they must do something for Halloween in here, which is coming up. Shameless plug, my Halloween video, Creepy Tales from Wales, is out this month. The countdown is on YouTube, so yeah, if you want to have a look, you can have a look and turn the notifications on. Right, let's go back upstairs. This last bit is, I think it's for a children's play area, but it's a mimic of a furnace. Guessing this was what heated and powered the castle in the past. But yeah, again, there's all children's play areas in here. And it is his boiler. This was his boiler room. So I think you can go downstairs again. Let's have a look. And let's have a look at this. This is the wine storage room from his own vineyard, where they used to grow wines, or grow for the wines. Here we are from 1877 to 1920. Castell Coch, sunny south-facing slopes were the home of Lord Bute's 3 Welsh vineyards. They were only commercial British vineyards of the time and were forerunners to revive the Welsh and English vineyards after World War II. They didn't even make it to World War II. Let's have a look. Can you take these bottles out? So the first vines were planted and the vines cover 3 acres. Sugar shortage during World War II made it impossible to sweeten the Cochs of a wine. Jeez. Popular weekly comic funny folks refer to Boots' beautiful vineyard, which is this by here. This is the last bit for inside of the castle, so we're going to have a look at the outer yard and that should be the end of the video. It weren't a long one because this castle is tiny. Done drawbridge and just have a wander around the outer grounds of Castle Coch. So now I'm heading down the side pass and you can see weirdly the shape of this castle all around has got this like slope to it. But it's quite bizarre. It's probably because the castle's like almost in a bowl to slope the rain or anything that happens. So let's carry on wandering around. Oh crap, I nearly fell. It's really not much to see, just the shape of the slope going all the way around. So it's nice, you can see a little bit of forest fire and that's about it. This is probably my shortest video actually I've done for a while. So if you did enjoy Castle Coch, please give it a thumbs up and comment on the video and tell me what do you think of the castle for a start. I will be back very, very soon with another castle, which will be Cardiff Castle. I am at the same time working on my documentary, The Mercer Rising. That's in the middle of production, as you've seen probably on my socials if you follow me on there, that I have been out in Mercer filming and now will be carrying on being filmed as well. So if you're interested in that, that will be coming between Christmas and some point next year in March. What else do I need to cover? Yes, I remember now. I've got a playlist, is the exploring soundtrack pretty much. The music you hear in the background, the compositions, the ambience is composed by Hazy. So if you want to follow that and have a listen to the score of this series, I call it, the link's in the bio on Spotify only. So if you are a member of like Deezer, Apple Music, I haven't got the playlists on there at the moment. I'll figure it out for you guys. And until Cardiff Castle or the next video, I'll see you then.